Hello everyone, this is Daniel here. In today's video, we wanted to do a Forza Horizon 5 testing on this device, and we wanted to see the most we can get out of this device. So the video is going to be kind of broken down into two categories. One is we're going to try to increase the graphics on this game till we can no longer reach 60, and then the second part is going to be we're going to try to increase the graphics until we can no longer hit 30. And yeah, and one of my viewers wanted to see this video, so here I am doing this video. Before we get started, I wanted to show you a couple issues that I've been having with this device since I've been using it more often. So the first issue, if you do end up buying this device, you're going to have issues with the fingerprint. Like, I'm pressing my hand on the fingerprint sensor, which is right here, you know, it's not even recognizing that I'm doing anything. So please be aware that if you do get this device, you're gonna have that issue a lot. What iNeo suggests is to reinstall the driver, just uninstall it, reboot your device, and it should work. And it does work, but as you can see, I already fixed it. The problem persists again. So if you do pick up this device, you gotta know that you're gonna have this issue. Quick thing though, on the 1X player that I had, I've never had this issue. So iNeo needs to step up their game, because this is kind of embarrassing, you know, when they show off this cool feature that doesn't work. You know, really embarrassing. So next thing, I wanted to let you guys know that if you do end up purchasing this device, I have reached out to iNeo. They should be getting back to me on how to fix this problem. But what issue I have is in some games, my joystick right here, right? When I push it all the way up, it doesn't recognize it as all the way up. And I'll show you that in this gamepad tester. So I have to recalibrate my device all the time, my joysticks, for it to function properly. So if we look, we're going to do the right one first. You see how it reaches the outer circle? You know, it's going past the outer circle too. And I mean, it's kind of bad, but it still reaches, you know. Here, it's been reaching lately too, but remember how in my, I don't know if you watched my review video, I was saying that the circularity was really good, right? So now as you look at it, you know, your average error is 14% on the left one, and you got about 9% on the right one. That's after the calibration. So either you're gonna have an higher error system, or you're just not gonna have a working joystick. And you know, again, another thing that's really kind of annoying, and I wanted, you know, my viewers to understand that, you know, when they're buying this product, it's not perfect. You're gonna run into tons of issues, and the way fixes are gonna happen is I'm not sure yet. So I'm in contact with iNeo. They've been emailing me, you know, every few days. So hopefully they resolve it. They seem like they're gonna resolve it. So shout out to them that they're actually responding to me, you know. So customer service isn't bad, but I want you to know that if you do spend a lot of money on this device, you're probably gonna have issues. That's just, it is what it is, you know. So I'm not gonna be, you know, lying to you guys and saying this device is perfect and has no issues when it clearly does. So I just wanted to point that out before we get into actual gameplay and play the game. But yeah, so first things first. Alrighty, we finally loaded into the game. You guys will probably not gonna see the loading screen because I'm gonna skip that because that takes forever. First thing, let's get into the settings so I can show you what I am running and the frame rate we are getting. Again, you're not gonna see the screen as clear through YouTube because of the compression and stuff. It looks much nicer on the actual device, just letting you know. So right now we're running custom settings, like medium to lowish mix. Some things are off. If you guys wanted to see up closer, you guys can pause the video and look at it. These are the other settings that I have. No resolution scaling, so it's 1280 by 800. So right now we're at 15 watt TDP. I mean, you can see that it's slightly going up sometimes. I think it's like 15 to 18, but we're getting 60 frames. And we get small dips there and there. But you can see that it's not really getting a solid 60. So for a solid 60, I think we might need to bump up the TDP to 20 watts. So let's see if that does anything. Luckily, we could just go like this. Boom. Get that. Alright, so seems like we're getting a little higher frame rate. So yeah, there you go. So 20 watt TDP, lowish medium settings, you're getting 60 frames. That's solid. Okay, well, with little minor dips there then. This car's too fast for me. So to be honest, I think this is probably the highest we can pick up the, the TDP. I mean, not the TDP, sorry, the graphical settings to still keep it at 60 frames. So what we can try doing is we can, what other setting do I have? I mean, I could bump it up to 32 watts and see if I could run it all on medium. I'm not sure if the device is going to benefit from that much wattage, but it's worth a try, right? Okay, so go into settings. Maybe we could turn on some stuff that was off. Hopefully it doesn't make me restart. So I'll restart and I'll get back. So as you can see, even us bumping the wattage to 32 watts, turning on those settings kind of just destroys the FPS. And like sometimes it's not necessarily good to pick up the TDP more, because it sometimes it doesn't really increase your performance as much as it drains your battery. So 32 watt TDP, that's gonna just kill our battery. Like I think we're gonna have like 40 minutes of gameplay or something like that. It's just not much. So let's go on into the second category where we try to maximize the graphics and get it playable at 30 frames. So let's do that. And I'm gonna lower it back down to 15 watt TDP. And just to show you guys right now, look, I lowered it down to 15 watt TDP. Look at the frame difference. We got maybe like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 frames difference, and it's really not worth it, because your GPU still has the maximum it could output. So it doesn't matter how much power you give it. If it's already outputting at the most it can, you won't be able to do much about it. But yeah, see, I guess night shadow really just kills the frames. But anyways, let's raise up the graphics even higher. Go into settings. I think I'll be turning off night shadows. I think this is really what kills my performance. And we'll try to get that medium to high mix. Okay, so we have loaded into the game. Right now we're getting about, let's try it first to see, roughly getting about 45 frames a second. So we could pick it up even higher. Well, then again it dips down. Let's pick up the watt TDP to 20 watts. Oops. Okay. I feel like for this game, the sweet spot is like 20 watt TDP. It reduces stutters by a lot. I mean, the graphics look really good. I don't know if you really can see it through all the compression and the recording, but man, the graphics do look really nice. Just imagine playing, you know, a AAA racing game, a new one too, and a really good looking one on the go. That's really cool. We have come a long way. So, runs pretty smooth, average about 45 frames. Let's pick up the graphics even more. Alrighty, we are in game, and dang, the graphics look really nice, but we are barely hitting 30, so I think this is literally on the verge of playable. But man, like, the graphics of course look really good. To be honest, yeah, I guess, you know, it could still be considered playable. We're not really hitting below 30 frames, so oh, there you go. There's a dip. I think if we were actually to go into a race with more people racing, it might become lower. But other than that, I mean, we're getting pretty much solid solid 30. And let me show you guys the settings. Oh, sorry, wrong one. So the graphics are pretty much all high, except night shadows are off because that just tanks performance. Motion blur is low. I personally don't like it. Everything else is on, and everything else is high, and that's wild. Video, we set the frame rate to 60. We could cap it at 30 to make it more stable. But that's about it. Everything else is how it is. But yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, see, right now we're dipping a little bit lower past like about 27 frames. But so yeah, it really depends on what you consider playable. You know, if you consider 60 FPS to be playable, then you're gonna, you know, you could get that by reaching lowering your graphics to a low medium mix, and you'll get your solid 60. If frame rate you don't really care, you want to see like the graphics, you know, you want it to be as nice looking as possible, you could pick up the graphics and, you know, cap it at 30. But I see it again, like right now when we're playing it, you know, we're going fast, it dips down to like 26. But I think it's 25, I think is the lowest I've seen it dip down. Maybe if we like see a new area or other people's racing. Oh, 24, see. It just really depends on the area you're in. But yeah, this game is just like really good optimized. Optimizations are really good. Like, you know, shout out to that company that made this game. Really nice. Alright, but here we have it for this video. This video is more of like a technical video, just to see how well, or, you know, what the performance we get. And if you guys do like more of just gameplay videos, leave a comment down below. I could make a, you know, videos of just gameplay with, you know, no talking, if that's what you prefer. I really need to know what you guys like more, so I could, you know, do that. But yeah, thank you again for watching. I appreciate that. If you guys do enjoy my videos, please feel free to, you know, hit the like button, subscribe. If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. That's how it is, you know. If you like them, watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Anyways, have a good day.